Noah Carter noticed her standing on the shoulder of the highway at exactly 2:07 a.m. No phone, no car, no bag. Just a girl in a pale dress, barefoot on freezing asphalt, staring straight at his headlights like she'd been waiting for him. He almost drove past her until she smiled, and something in that smile made his foot slam the brakes. The road was empty in every direction, swallowed by forest and fog. Noah rolled the window down just enough to speak. His voice sounded smaller than he expected. He asked if she was okay. She nodded once, slow and deliberate, then asked a question that made his stomach tighten. She said, "Did you feel it too?" He asked what she meant. She didn't answer. She just opened the passenger door and got in. Her name, she said, was Iris Holloway. Her voice was calm, soft, like someone who never had to rush. She smelled faintly of rain, even though the night was dry. Noah told himself he was tired. That night drives played tricks on the mind. He didn't ask where she came from. He didn't ask why her feet were bleeding but didn't seem to hurt. He drove. Minutes passed in silence. The radio crackled with static no matter which station he tried. Iris stared out the window, counting something under her breath. Noah asked where she was headed. She turned to him and said, "You're already going there." That was when the temperature dropped. The trees thickened, closing in like a tunnel. Noah realized he didn't recognize this stretch of road anymore. His GPS spun uselessly. Iris finally spoke again, asking if he ever took the highway after his brother died. Noah's hands tightened on the wheel. He hadn't told her about that. He hadn't told anyone tonight. Headlights appeared ahead, an abandoned gas station glowing dimly through the fog. Iris told him to stop. The pumps were rusted. The building was dark. A single sign flickered, missing letters. Noah felt a pressure in his chest, the kind that comes before panic. He asked Iris if she'd been here before. She smiled again, smaller this time, and said, "This is where I left." Before he could ask what she meant, the car died. Engine, lights, everything. And the forest went completely silent. Noah stepped out to check the engine, but the hood felt ice cold, as if the car had been sitting there for hours instead of minutes. When he turned back, Iris was no longer inside. Panic crawled up his spine. He called her name. His voice echoed wrong, too flat, like the sound had nowhere to land. He found her near the gas station door, staring at a cracked window. Inside, dust-covered shelves leaned like tired bones. Iris pressed her hand to the glass. Her reflection didn't move when she did. Noah noticed that before he noticed the photograph taped behind the counter. It showed the gas station 20 years ago, and a girl standing outside, barefoot, pale dress. Iris. Noah felt dizzy. Iris finally turned to him. She said she didn't remember how long she'd been waiting. She said drivers sometimes stopped, but none of them could see her clearly. None of them stayed. Noah asked what happened to her. She hesitated, then said, "I trusted the wrong car." Red and blue lights flashed behind them. A patrol vehicle rolled in, tires crunching gravel that hadn't moved in decades. The officer introduced himself as Mark Harlan. He asked Noah if everything was okay. Noah pointed to Iris, then froze. The space beside him was empty. Officer Harlan listened patiently as Noah tried to explain. He didn't laugh. He didn't interrupt. When Noah finished, the officer sighed and said this wasn't the first time. He explained that years ago, a young woman named Iris Holloway disappeared on this highway. No body, no suspect, just stories. Drivers claiming they picked her up. Drivers swearing she spoke to them. Drivers waking up miles away with no memory of how they got there. Harlan warned Noah that people who follow Iris never come back the same. He told him to get in his car and leave. Noah asked one last question. Why him? The officer looked down the road and said, "She chooses the ones who are already carrying ghosts." As Noah drove away, his car restarted like nothing had happened. The road returned to normal, trees thinned, fog lifted. He told himself it was over. He was wrong. Noah dreamed of the highway every night after that. Always the same moment. Iris standing ahead, smiling, waiting. Sometimes she was closer, sometimes she was already inside the car. He stopped sleeping. He started driving at night, chasing roads that felt familiar even when they weren't. Weeks later, he returned to the gas station. It was gone. No building, no pumps, just weeds and cracked pavement. But when he turned to leave, Iris was sitting in the passenger seat. She told him the truth. She'd never escaped the highway. Not really. Every driver who saw her carried a piece of her story forward, keeping her from fading completely. But the road demanded balance. Someone had to stay. Noah thought of his brother, of guilt, of all the nights he wished he could trade places. Iris reached for his hand. Her touch was warm now, real. She asked if he'd felt empty before he met her. He didn't answer. He didn't need to. When the car stopped, the forest was closer than ever. The air smelled like rain. Iris stepped out barefoot once more. She smiled whole this time and whispered thank you. Then she walked into the trees. Noah sat there until dawn. When sunlight touched the road, the pressure lifted. The silence broke. Birds returned. He drove home feeling lighter than he had in years. People still talk about that highway, about the girl who appears at 2 a.m. Some say she's kinder now. Some say she smiles more. Drivers report seeing a man sometimes standing farther down the road, watching the cars pass. He never asks for help. He never steps into the light. But if you stop, if you really look, you might notice he's barefoot.